guy who showed up at one of my seminars an hour and a half early, and I said, congratulations, you get the early bird award. And he said he couldn't help it. It's a habit I can't break. He was a Green Beret for 14 years. He'd been trained and coached to show up early and observe before he acts. And so discipline is really about training and coaching to do something habitually.
Yeah, in other words, you have these two words, discipline and habit. And discipline is what you bring to your life when you don't naturally do something when you should. Habit is when you automatically naturally do something when you want or should without having to make yourself do it because it's a habit. In fact, if you don't do it, you feel weird. Okay? So discipline is that connection between what you want to do and what you do regularly. And it's what the interesting thing is when you work with your kids, like at Baylor, and I'll ask my kids, I'll say, let me ask you a question. When I say the word discipline, what comes to your mind? Give me singular words that come to your mind. Invariably, one of the kids are going to go and say, what? Punishment. You're going to say punishment. And I said, hey, isn't that interesting? Let's talk about that. Why do you say punishment? And here's why. Because their parents, when they sit down at the dinner table, and the parents said, eat your peas. The kids said, oh, they're going to go peas. And the parents said, well, let me educate you on the nutritional value of peas. Let me coach you on why you should eat peas. Let me mentor you on the health benefits of eating peas. Let me show you a historical timeline and all these things. The kids said, oh, I eat peas, I eat peas. Finally, the parents said, look, don't eat peas, you're going to time out. Parents, wow, that worked. Cut right to it, right? So the next time the kid says, I'm not going to eat my salad, the parent goes, okay, you're going to time out and eat the salad. And after a while, the parent just goes to the consequence. If you don't do that, this is going to happen. Not that it's a bad thing at all. But the kid gets to 18, and when they think of discipline, unless they've been introduced to it in a more positive way, their goal is to never have discipline again. When in fact, discipline is your best friend. Discipline is exactly what you want. You want to be disciplined, not a disciplined person, but you need to go grab discipline. This is ultimately why we formed a coaching company called MAPS. It's why we did it, because you can look at the statistics, and it's over-freaking-whelming that the best dollars you can spend in your life is to go get a coach or a mentor. Go get training. Go get discipline in some way. It's the kindest thing you can do. If you want to, yeah, that's just weak. You know? We're going to take a break, and only those who clap can come back. And the rest of you take a day off. No. Well, the trick to success is to choose the right habit and bring just enough discipline to it. So, by the way, again, I'm going to jump to a conclusion here, Jay. But if we know at the end of the day that we need to generate leads, and we need to generate leads for listings, why would you not bring all the discipline? If you're not naturally spending 3 to 4 hours a day lead generating for listings, first, what the hell's wrong with you? And number two, most likely what's wrong is you don't have the habit of doing it, and you haven't brought the discipline to it. Okay, well that's easily resolved. Go get the discipline. Go hire a coach, go get a peer partner, go to your team leader and say, yeah, help me get the discipline to do this. Right? Wouldn't you?
Yeah, and make it a habit, right?
And learn to make it a habit. And the thing is that, again, we understand what we're talking about this stuff. What we understand about habit formation is that on average it's 66 days, but that's on average. That's on average. I mean, the research said some did it in just a few days, and some took almost a year.
I think on the low end it was like 18 days, but on the high end it was like 254.
Yeah, I mean, some of you might pick it up fast. I mean, we've seen real estate agents get into the industry and go right to it and just do it. You go, that's awesome. Man, they're awesome. Who knows what's weird about them that they just did it naturally? I have no idea. You know? They may have fallen on their head and something positive happened. I don't know. But the majority of us don't naturally go and do that. And that's why we need the discipline. So we do that. But by the way, you may have to go hire discipline for a year. Some of you may need it for 2 years. What would you care? What would you care? What would you tell a child that you loved if it took them 2 years in order of discipline, in order to build a habit that would transform their life forever? What would you say? Whoa, if it's 2 years, I wouldn't do it. Would you tell your boys that? No freaking way. No, you say 2 years, go for it. Right? That's exactly what you expect, right? So go get the discipline. Go find it. Walk out of here, and if you don't have it, find it. Remember, if you're not getting what you want in your life, and here's a real honest statement, if you're doing everything that you can, and the odds are you are, and you're not getting the results you want, you're probably missing a relationship that provides discipline for you. If you can swallow that pill, if you can just swallow that and go, wow, that's the truth, your life will never be the same again. Because what you'll start doing is you'll start looking around, not only for you, but others in your life. You'll start looking around. You'll say, boy, I need to really do that. I don't do it naturally, obviously, or I'd already be doing it a lot, so I need to find discipline. And your life becomes want that, get the discipline. Want that, get the discipline. And all of a sudden, your life starts changing. All of a sudden, it changes.
Well, we've looked at some of those people, and it's like their huge superpower is acquiring powerful habits. When you've done a few of them, you figure out how it works.
Yeah. Well, you and your wife went on an amazing journey physically. I mean, you look awesome, dude. I mean,
Thank you.
thoroughly.
So does she?
Yeah, she does. Absolutely. She's better looking than you. But,
Yes.
yes. But the point is that you both, but you look amazing. I mean, I've worked with you a long time, and you definitely look better than you used to look.
Oh, I had bad eating habits, I had bad workout habits.
Oh, yeah, we'd go into the research room, and Jay would literally do this when he'd go,
Bacon cheeseburger today.
He would. He would sit there and he'd do like this with his chin. He would. It was a Jayism. He'd do this and he'd go, I'm feeling like, surprise me. That's what he would tell. Surprise me. Or, I haven't had Chipotle this week. Go get me Chipotle. I'd just be sitting there eating a little salad or drinking my juice or whatever going, what in the world? And then you made a decision.
Yeah.
Now, you didn't have the habit of regular exercise, and you didn't have the habit of regularly eating better food. So what'd you do?
I just started changing the first 2 meals of the day. I just stand first around breakfast and then around lunch. Like today, I just get My Fit Foods every day. I don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
It's 300 calories probably.
So you use that as the discipline.
That's the discipline. It doesn't take much effort now at all.
No, you're actually amazing at it, and you look like a disciplined person. So I want you to hear that. And he is a disciplined person because the way he got the habit was through discipline. Do you hear the functionality of it? Absolutely.
You work for the habit, and then the habit works for you.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's the beautiful part. And you get through that little star there at 66 or whatever day it is, and then suddenly you're waking up before the alarm goes off to go work out.
Now, you and Wendy have massively, you live very large, both of you. Her in her real estate sales career, you in your career. So you both decided, okay, we're going to work out. Now, how do you do that when you have two wonderful children that you want to be there for and all of that, and you got a full professional life that has you guys going in all directions, and you're not going to miss the soccer games? How do you do it?
Well, it was a challenge. We had to find a time that we could control and do consistently, because if it's not consistent, it won't be a habit. So we started at 5 a.m. Which means we were getting up at 4:30, which means we were going to bed at 9:30. And it was the price we had to pay to make it happen. But it was really kind of amazing spending that time with my wife on a regular basis.
Yeah. And he says that regularly, by the way, which is really cool. The thing I always chuckled is we get to about 2 o'clock in the afternoon and he'd be yawning. But I loved it. Yeah, no, he just got up and slapped himself, walk around the block. When he were doing this, he'd say, okay, I gotta go walk, I get coffee or whatever. And he'd get back and he'd be 100%. It was awesome. But what I loved was I was watching you live it. You were going through the same challenge right there in front of the entire world of saying, I'm going to drop this weight and I'm gonna look better and feel better, and I'm gonna have to get control of these things. And you brought discipline to your life, right? Until it became a habit.
Yes.
It's pretty awesome. Did you go today?
Today's our day off. We work out tomorrow morning.
Okay, we'll see.
He shows up.
I'm not working out today or tomorrow, so you're better than